none of this is actual lighting. Here's why. Basically, it's dark out. Like, it's not like pitch dark out, but it's definitely kind of dark. This might, I'm going to wait a little bit before I actually like upload this video. Like, usually I immediately upload it, but I'm going to wait a little bit because I really want to show you my ballet bar, but I might have to wait until tomorrow, which I'm kind of annoyed because here's the thing. And every year for school, except for the 1 year basically one where my sister was my teacher, we do a thing called the yearly project. And I don't know why we call it that. I guess because it's like a more expensive project where we like build something or do something for school. But the reason I say I don't know why we call it that is because it doesn't take us a year to do. It like this year's took us not even a full day. Like it didn't take us that long. So yeah. That's kind of a thing. So basically, yeah, it's kind of a thing. And so, yeah. So, like, we done a lot of different things. Like, 1 year we built a town. That was the most boring year of all. Because it wasn't even like, oh, we actually, like, built a little town. It was that we got this ginormous piece of, like, thick paper. And then we printed out, like, using printer paper, we printed out a bunch of, like, print out things that you can color. And, like, each one was, like, a building that typically would be in a town. And then we would fold the bottom, we cut them out, folded the bottom, colored them, and we glued them onto this giant, thick piece of paper. So it wasn't like, we actually built a town. We did like a cheap town that we didn't even learn anything from. Like usually our stuff, we either learn from it or it's something like that is useful. This year was useful. Kind of. Or like something that we would actually use and stuff. We did that 1 year. We did an Indian village. That one was very educational on something that I have no interest in learning. But in fairness, I've never been the kid to get excited about school. Like, I'm the type that I like going school supply shopping, which for me is buying a few notebooks that don't end up getting used for the purpose of just so I have the fun and the joy of school supplies. Because we reuse our school supplies. The notebooks actually. Wait, gotta reply. This is a special. So let me see if I can link it. Sorry, some like Class for Life. Yes. Then we will do this one. We will send it to sorry, a big time YouTuber. I want to say. To me, she is. And named Sarah Dorothy Little replied to me yesterday, and I lost my mind. That's really cool. My dad is not here right now. But yeah, basically, like, we built an Indian village. I never been the person to guess. And the reason the notebooks don't get, they do get used, like, as songwriting books and stuff for me, but, like the only thing that we ever buy, like, is glue sticks, glue, and pencils, and ink pens, and sometimes markers and crayons. But still, that's, like, not the stuff that, like, it's not, like, pencil cases, folders, notebooks, like, things that you, like, that, like, you get the fun of, like, buying, like, different ones, and, like, the cute designs and stuff, and, like, the basic school supplies that had no fun element. Now, crayons and markers, those have a fun element. This year, we got scented markers, because we found some at the Dollar Tree, and we were like, well, that's fun. I'm obsessed with them. And then, basically, yeah, the thing with Sarah Dorothy Little was that I DM'd her, like, because she posted a thing on her Instagram saying, and DM me if you want to talk, because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately and different things. And I'm like, yes, I'll DM you, like, and she just replied again. Well, basically, we got into a nice conversation today. I just, like, it was a very chill conversation. Like, it literally just started off when she actually replied to, no, I replied to, wait, what? Okay, she replied, hey, and so I was like, wait, a big time superstar. Like, to me, she's big and famous. I'm like, she just replied to me. But she replied to me last night, and then, like, we just got in a simple conversation of, hey. And then I sent her, well, no, I took a photo because my dog got a haircut today, and it was like, I posted a photo on Instagram, and I tagged a bunch of people, including her, and she replied nice, and I was like, mind blown. Might need a minute to let it soak in. This can't be real, this is too good to be true. And then, like, we basically just been talking, and the fact that, like, no, it's crazy because the fact that, like, she's a big time YouTuber, Sarah Dorothy Little. Look her up if you don't. And if you don't believe me that she actually replied, here's your evidence. That is a picture of her, and it says, hey, Lolly. So, there's your evidence. You know that I am not scamming you. And it is not a scam because I know it's not because it's the actual page and all of that. Like, and so then, and I brought up that I had a fan page, and I gave her the name of it, and I linked her a photo so she could, like, because she wanted to, like, make sure, like, you know, just normal things, make sure that she had the name right and stuff. And so, like, I'm kind of in a conversation with her, and I'm kind of overly upset. But, we built a doll house one year. That one was fun. It went to Bella. Like, we actually built a doll house. It wasn't a massive one, but it was a 2-floored one, and it was pretty awesome. And, like, we've done a lot of really cool stuff. I feel like the only like yearly project that we ever did that I really liked, besides this year, was the dollhouse. We only did like 3 or 4, I think, though. Like some years we like just wouldn't get around to it or anything, and some we'd be on it. So I feel like we did more, but I can't remember what all we did. And okay, there's a lot of them, and they're really cool. And I'm trying to keep my phone on because it says scene, and I almost want to do the face video thing. And Instagram has a thing that's like a video chat thing. So it's Instagram version of like FaceTime, but really bad quality and stuff. But I'm not going to, I'll answer if she does it to me. Only because I don't ever do it, by the way. I actually don't, like, if you guys do it to me, I don't answer. Or, I DM you saying, like, hey, I'm not allowed to. But I am if it's someone that I know. And so, technically, I don't know. I know her from, like, social media. They said if it's someone that isn't a scam and, like, isn't, like, a fan, and although she might be a fan, no. And they said, like, YouTubers and stuff is fine because their whole life or their job is based off of social media. We're gonna double tap because we want to heart it. And then, like, it's really cool. Okay, here's the thing. I just DM'd her because I realized why I last DM was not get the conversation to continue thing. It was just great, you know, like, it literally was great because partly because I'm, like, she was checking out the page and stuff. So that, like, I just DM'd her, like, something that would get the conversation going. And again, but also, like, something that's not crazy. So I DM'd her, cool, it's a dream come true. I have to post on my fan page today because I haven't for the past 2 days. The reason is because, here's the thing. I live in a, well, no. Oh, not that I don't live in a place with bad internet, because that's not the case. But sometimes our house internet goes off and stuff at random times, or like Instagram messes up. I would never tell you where I live, just so you know, like, and that's never gonna be the case, as, you know, because it's not safe and all of that. Like, if you see me out in public, you can come up, ask for an autograph, ask for a photo, you know, I'll do that. But as long as you're not following me home or anything like that, because it's not safe. And my house is kind of that safe space that's like, I just am. Okay, she's not active right now, so that's fine. And even if she never replies again, I'll still be happy with what I did get. My dad is currently at the store. He'll be back soon. Tomorrow I'm basically running in sound check, which is basically I'm going over a song for the performance thing, and I'm doing that when my parents aren't home, because my parents are going to be leaving tomorrow morning. So I could wake up with them gone. The reason, don't worry, they won't be gone for that long. It's a matter of that they're going to pick up breakfast from McDonald's, I'm pretty sure. McDonald's or Bojangles, one of them. And also they have 2 doctor's appointments. Well, they have doctor's appointments. It's not 2 doctor's appointments. Technically, it's because my mom has and my dad, but they're basically gonna be like at the same time because my mom's in a wheelchair. So yeah, and that's what works out. Also, my mom does forget things sometimes, and so my dad goes, to remember those things. And don't worry, she's fine. It just that does happen sometimes. But this year, for our yearly project, we chose a ballet bar. Cause that, I want to say a week, our first day back in school, we went we should come up with this yearly project, and we'll go from there. Then I came up with a doggy house. No, at first my dad went I'll let you pick because I never picked our yearly project before. So it's kind of cool getting to pick something. And I picked a dog house for Sam. It's a nice idea. But then we realized that Sam's never outside. He's outside a lot actually. But he's not out there long enough to need a doggy. Now, when we go places, when we're gone all day, to my sister's house or something, and he's inside, we literally put down these potty pads, and we keep him inside because we tried, at one point we were putting him outside, and it wasn't working out the best because then he whines and he barks and then he wants in and when we get home he's hot, he's sweaty, and we can't really put food out there because they're animals and stuff. But also we do put water out there, don't worry. We don't dehydrate. And sometimes that's just difficult to deal with. And then also with the fact that if it does rain, there's nothing that we can... I'm going to close this curtain because there is no sense in it being open. In a minute, I'm going to do the curtain. But, so it wasn't our best option. So, then a ballet bar, that's perfect because it's something that I could actually use. I'm professionally trained on the ballet bar. I was not trained a lot, but I do know a good amount of stuff. Plus, I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I learn things on my own sometimes. Did any of you ever do that? Do any of you just learn things on your own? You take something, figure out how to do it, and you just learn how to do it, and you get better at it without, anyone teaching it to you. Looking it up on the internet does count as long as you don't, watch it, 12,000 times. If you look it up, kind of get the idea, this is what I need to do, and then you just teach yourself. And so I brought the idea up to my dad, and then he went that's actually genius. It makes sense. So we basically talked about it for a while. I'm saying that we knew we were going to do it, but then we drew a plan and on the dry erase board, and just so we would know what we needed. Then he went out and bought the stuff because we don't... And then we drew like a plan. He went out and got, because I don't leave the house. The reasoning is because me and my dad can't leave the house for very long, like off together, because no one's here with my mom unless we're gone like all day, and then we'll have like family like come, and that's only when I have like doctor's appointments and stuff that are really far away, like my spine appointment, which is really far away. And then, yeah, it became a thing. And like it became like a thing, and so like, because my mom did have a stroke a few years ago, and so she's not as like active and stuff. So yeah, but tomorrow I'm gonna do sound, which means I'm gonna be going over that one song, because there's not gonna be like a microphone. There's gonna be this, and then I'm like do this. But then, yeah, because I don't really want like a crazy loud. Also because I'm gonna be doing a lot of dancing, and that can be hard doing with the microphone and record a lot of like turns and different things. But the ballet bar will be a prop in the thing. It has a whole section. And stuff. So today was more of just focus on wardrobe for that. But we finally built the ballet bar. We built it white. No, we used white PVC pipes, okay? And then once we finished, and then I went into our pantry, which is where like the paints and stuff. Don't worry, we have food and like a bunch of stuff in there, like so much stuff in there. But that's also where the paints are. And I don't really own paint. My mom does, because my parents do. The reasoning is because I honestly don't ever paint that much. But also, like, when I do, I can just use theirs. Like, literally, my mom has given me permission to use the paint whenever, as long as it's not a paint that she's using for sun. Which, most of the time, there isn't any, like paint that she's using for, because she doesn't do a lot of painting. And so, I literally grabbed a blue paint. I grabbed a blue paint that was hard as a rock. We literally threw it away. It was so hard. I'm not joking. I literally touched it with my finger, because at that point I knew it was hard. And it literally crumbled. Yeah, so then I tried to save it. There's like, sometimes you can save like hard paint if it's like slightly hard. You can basically, this is a paint hack if you're interested. If you have like hard paint, and get some water, dip your brush into the water, or spread the water all over the paint, and let it sit for a second. Do it 2 or 3 times, and then like mix it a bunch with the brush. And sometimes it will save hard paint. It won't make it last like forever or like crazy long, but will give you enough to hopefully last you a little bit. And the sad part about it was that was like a big thing of paint. Like it was a good size container like this thick and like this wide. Luckily it wasn't, it was like half full and it was completely hardened, and I tried that hack. It did not work on this one. It has worked for me in the past though. So don't think that like doesn't work if it doesn't work for you, because it actually has worked in the past. The next thing, but yeah, so then I also had grabbed this pink paint that I thought was fuchsia. It's the lightest pink ever. And then I grabbed black because all the little knob pieces I made black. And then I grabbed like 2 paintbrushes, and I ended up grabbing a 3rd paintbrush because the pink that I grabbed basically separated kind of, and when it does that, because sometimes if paint is kind of old, it will separate, and because this is like over a year old, I mixed it up really well and it's good to go, like good to go. Oh, it just needs to be mixed. And then it was the lightest pink ever. And then I grabbed a different blue, poured a lot of the pink, or I poured in a good amount of pink into the cup, added in, and I just kept adding the blue and a little bit at a time until I saw it was not getting anywhere. Like it wasn't really getting purple, like it had a slight purple tint, but it was still mostly light pink. So I went like, you know what? And I squirted so much blue into it and mixed that up, and it still wasn't even enough. So yeah, that was the thing. And then yeah, then I painted it so now it's black, like knobs and stuff. And a very, very light pink. I was going to make fuchsia because fuchsia is pink and purple for those who don't know. So it's good because it can be called purple or pink or fuchsia. It's called fuchsia, but it can also be considered as pink or purple, and I love it. It's my favorite color, and it's really nice. And then, and like, it was a thing. It was a thing, and so, yeah. But it's almost dry. Like, it's almost dry. It might be dry by now. I'm gonna check in a minute. And then hopefully I can show you. Guys, I'm about to show you the valve. 2 warnings. I will not be touching it that much. Here's why. By the way, it's been like not even 10 minutes. There are still some wet spots. And I know for a fact on one of the actual bars. Second warning. Ignore the fact that it's not perfectly painted. There is a lot of white spots, but I don't actually care. Just know I'm not a professional painter. In fact, I literally have never painted anything in this sort of shape or size or any not true. I actually have helped paint a long time ago. I had a playhouse in our backyard, and I helped paint it because we had like my handprints on the wall and like different things, and it was just funny. And third warning, it's not in its permanent spot. Tomorrow or later on today, I will be moving a bunch of stuff. I'll be moving 2 chairs, and I'll be moving that stuff. I'll also be moving my laundry basket and my vanity, which is just gonna go up against this desk, because really that's the only spot that I have. Or I kind of want to do right there, but that would block like so much. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna actually flip the screen. But ta-da! Here is my ballet bar. I'm not giving you a full and detailed tour. So as you can, at least until tomorrow, as you can see, there's a lot of white spots. There's an upper bar, lower bar, I forget which one has the wet spot. And this is the entire thing. I'll give you a full detailed tour tomorrow. It's just right now, there's still, I don't know if there's any more wet spots. I know what I mean by wet spot is paint that's not dry. Because we were bringing it in and I literally found a wet spot, or like a paint spot. Like, that got on my hand. Luckily, I washed my hand. So, it looks good. It is very tall. Like, I have never seen one this tall. But the reason is, just so you know, each of the sides, I think, are about a full PVC pipe or like some. See? I know that it's a full PVC pipe across. I just know we got smaller PVC pipes or something. So, like, it's very large. I love it. There's a lot of, like, white spots. But I'm cool with that. Honestly, I'm cool with the white spot. I'm not a professional painter. Like, there's, like, really noticeable white spots. Kind of wish that didn't happen, but I'm not a professional painter, and so honestly, it's not a big deal. Tomorrow I'll clear that off. That will go over there, and then yeah, I like it. That's all I have to say, because I can't give you detailed, because I know for fact, I'm not sure which one, but there's a wet spot on one of the bars. So that can be it.